I said, can you see my book? Do I need
Yes.
to cool?
Yeah, I can see your book, definitely. Yeah, definitely see your book. All right, we're back here. Our second guest for the day on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. She is a mother, a wife, an author, now a new author, and also a real estate agent. She was part of Artist Cafe 42 Courageous 2 weeks ago. We'll answer about that experience later on. Let's welcome Miss Ebboni Realer. How you doing this afternoon? Yes.
Give myself praise.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. How's your Thanksgiving?
It was nice. It was small, intimate. My mom, my sister, the kids' husband, my mother-in-law, my aunt, my nephew.
Okay.
Yep.
That was wonderful. I'm glad that Thanksgiving. So now we're the last month of the year.
Yes.
So I'll answer that question about and then the question you gave me a question I want to ask you about this year. So
okay.
So let's get right to it. So who was Ebboni Realer growing up?
Oh wow. Who was Ebboni? It was Ebboni Ames growing up. It was Ebboni Ames growing up. Ebboni Ames was a curious child that was into everything as far as positive. I was always interested in something. I wanted to try out something. I'm still outgoing. I love to dance. I was on the drill team. I was involved in the community, and that was it. I really didn't get into trouble or anything. I was a typical kid and teenager.
Okay. So what was some of your passions growing up while you was a youth into young adulthood? What was your passion that you was growing up?
God, I switched so many times. Let me see. I did go to King, and I knew I wanted to be in the health field, but I didn't know what. And I was called what back in the day they had academies, so I was in the health academy at Martin Luther King High School. But even so, I wanted to be a dental hygienist. I even went to school for it. Was like a trade school, but unfortunately they closed. So that threw me for a loop. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So my mom was like, you need to go to community college. And that's what I did. I went to community college. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't know in what. And I just took like hard classes. I took my maths and my sciences at community college, and which I still recommend for people to do nowadays. And then I was in a dual program at community college to go to Temple University, and that's when I decided to get my bachelor's degree in social work.
Okay. So two things I want to say real quick. You said we went to MLK High School. It's kind of full circle. My program pedigree is in that school.
Oh, get out of here.
We were doing workshops we was there 5 years ago with Principal Wilkins.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we do workshops with junior seniors. So let me know you want to come back to your alma mater.
Actually, I am coming back to my alma mater this Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yep. Me and my broker, we're going to go. I'm under Keys and Deeds Realty under Dawn Harris. Her and I will be at Martin Luther King this Wednesday or Tuesday. It might be Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
To talk to seniors and juniors in regards to real estate. How does it work? Finances, just the general. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And they're welcoming us. So
wow.
Yes.
And we there Wednesdays, 9 to 10. We work junior seniors. I think I had someone coming in doing something like finances on Wednesday with them.
So I
Wednesday,
guess
Wednesday morning. So I don't know the same class.
So probably not.
Yeah.
She said Tuesday. Well, she said Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Okay, also Wednesday. So
right. So
yeah, and then
we're gonna miss each other.
And then at CCP, My mom worked there for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
She was there 90. I don't know if he was there, but it's hard at the time. She was there from 96 to 2021. She was at registration, and then the harbor.
Okay.
Yeah, she was there training. She recently paid for 8 years, but she did part time because she had me. I was her child. She would do class in the morning and then come home to receive me after school.
Okay.
So then 96, she did like a internship program, like a final thing, and then she did so well that the school hired her to work there.
Oh, that's
I remember she graduated from the Sigma Center, and Shop, I think that's Shop, Shop, and then they hired her, and she started working there next day, and she was there 25 years. So,
oh, wow.
Congratulations. Yeah, and I did some dual enrollment too, CDP. I did couple summers there. To my undergrad courses there during the summer, so I graduated faster. So, and plus your mom worked there, you worked for free.
Correct.
So that was a great experience. I had my classes early in the morning, but I was done by 12:30. It was summertime. Cause my mindset at that time, as a 1920, I was done. So it used to be done in June. Being done in bed was so weird to me. So I was like,
yeah.
So I was in high school. I was done in June. So I was like, I was done in May, and then I COVID saw and then started summer one, and then to be done at the end of June. So I was, so I was just summer off, so before I went back to school. So like you said, Temple University as well. I connected with them. I know Michael Robinson. We are trying to do a men's event there in a couple weeks at Temple. So I'll let you know about that. Maybe your husband come out, and your men fellowship come get together.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, so it's a free event, So, but I'll let you know probably on Monday what it will look like. So,
okay.
So
keep me posted with that.
Yeah. So you say you went to Temple. I should do social work.
Correct.
So what was that journey like doing social work? So in terms of like ups and downs and what was a typical day like for you doing that? 'Cause I know social work is a whole lot of different things going into it. So what was that experience like for you?
It wasn't a bad experience at all. I met a lot of people as far as professors. I also, with Temple, I can't even remember if I did full-time or part-time, but I always worked. I always worked at least 2 jobs, even in high school. So, back then you had to keep up with the latest fashion or whatever you wanted. I knew what I wanted, so in order for me to get it, I had to work. So I worked at least 2 jobs, and I was going to school, and I didn't stay on campus. I lived home, because I lived in West Oak Lane at the time.
Okay.
So it wasn't far for me to commute, and it was easier for me to just go to work. But I was focused during that time. Also during that time, I was dating my husband. No, did we? Yeah, we were. We were dating. We were dating when I went to Temple as well. So it wasn't. It was typical school. I don't know what else. I said in the book as far as my last year, you had to do your internship, and I just knew I didn't want to do DHS, Department of Human Services.
Well, you did tell them about the ESO.
Yeah, that was just like, if you lived in Philadelphia, you kind of already know like what DHS was about, and I didn't want to do that. I want people to want my services. I didn't want to just be in that type of environment. So I forgot. I think I picked probably like a daycare or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I can't even remember. And then that fell through, and all they had was DHS or United Cerebral Palsy. So I know that, I don't know why my fear was, because I wasn't educated or knew about people with disabilities, and that was my fear. Like, I don't think I would want to do that, but I knew I didn't want to do DHS, so I was just let me just go ahead and just pick United Cerebral Palsy, which I'm glad I did make that decision.
So you did cerebral. How long? So How long you was doing that until what you were doing now?
Oh, so that was kind of like, you did your internship for like a year, I believe. And I learned so much in being around different diverse people, including, you know, people with disabilities. It was interesting. It was different, and it's just a shame that more people aren't aware. And it's kind of like if you aren't involved, then you really may not know. Like you just like, okay, that person is handicapped, or you know, it's kind of be dismissive if it's just not in your face, or if you don't have a family member or a friend or whatever the case that you know that may a friend of a what is it, of a sibling or something, or someone that you know may have a disability. Unless it's not in your face, you know, people, it's just, it doesn't bother them. It's like, okay. But yeah.
So that last question. So now you have your book, Perseverance Through My Storm.
Yep.
So what inspires you and what made you decide, hey, it's time for me to write a book?
Right. So after I did my intern, I did TSS, was Therapeutic Support Staff. I think they changed the name of it nowadays. I was doing that for a while. Actually, my husband was like, well, why don't you do this? So I was like, okay, because I already have a degree, especially, you know, that's in that field. So I was doing that for a while, and then I was promoted to be a case manager. And they started a new program in Philadelphia called the STS program. So that's when these agencies that have children with that have diagnosis or behavioral issues are stationed in the school, whereas before parents would outsource. So these schools will adopt these agencies, and then any children that had an IEP or any type of diagnosis with behavior, then they will be assigned to that particular agency that worked in the school. So that included a mobile therapist, a BSC, and a TSS. So I was the case manager, and it's so crazy because I was a case manager at the elementary school that I went to when I grew up.
Wow.
And when I was assigned, they didn't know that. So when I was assigned to that school, I was, you know, like great. They gave me a classroom that was like my office, and you know, I had a team. I love my team. We got along well. The staff, everyone was good. So I was there, and then I ended up being terminated from the director, and it wasn't really her fault. She kind of like gave me an idea of, she gave me warnings, I'm gonna say, and it was like overwhelming. The work was, this was a new position, things were going like it was supposed to go, and then things happened. It was beginning to get overwhelming, and I understood, like, okay, I was kind of relieved almost when she terminated me. The principal was upset, but he wrote me a beautiful recommendation letter. And then from there, I also worked at University of Penn Health Center. I worked at the corporate office for a while. I did a lot of things, but what made me write this book was after we had our son, and he was receiving early intervention services. I didn't even know what that was. They told me about that once I gave birth, and it was explaining the program at the hospital. We got to services, and then when I realized that, okay, he needs physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, special instruction. I needed to be home. So my husband and I decided, like, okay, I could stay home with our son while he received the services, and he'll continue to work multiple jobs. And I learned a lot. And then I eventually ended up going back to work. and then leaving that job, and I just wanted to do. I was under an agency, Delta T, to do part-time. I don't know if they still around. And early intervention came up, and it was like, would you want to work here? And I was like, okay, fine. And I ended up working there for like 10 years. I ended up moving up being a special instructor. A service coordinator to a senior service coordinator. And I was doing that for 10 years. So what I would do is, with early intervention, we service children from 0 up until they're 3 years old. So these are babies that have, or some of them have diagnosis, or they may display a delay. And we would get referrals from, a lot of referrals came from doctors or daycare centers, family, friends, or whatever the case. And what I would do is we would do a initial home visit, then we would do an evaluation, and then evaluation will let you know, okay, these are the red flags that we see, and your child is going to need these type of services. So I would just connect the two, write the evaluation with the evaluator, and would connect the families. So I'm the first person that the families will actually talk to start the process. So you hear these stories, like, they're saying there's something wrong with my baby, but I don't think that it's anything wrong.
Right, right.
So it's us. I would connect with the families, and I would sympathize with the families because I've been there. I understood. So I will be a way that I would talk to families, as a parent, just to help them get through, what it is, or prepare them for what their future is going to look like once their child gets older and have a disability, or they may not. They just delayed for the moment, and but I would just help them. So I would get a lot of calls from families. They will call back like, oh my goodness, thank you for, being there, for supporting me. You were very helpful. They will refer me to other families. And I always always get to, people would say, oh, you need to write a book. This will really help. And I'm just like, okay, I heard that for years. Friends said the same thing. You need to write a book.
Right.
So once I passed my real estate license, I called a station on Sway in the Morning, and I called Heather B. I had talked to her, and I was telling her like my journey. I was so proud of myself that I got my real estate license. And she was like, you need to write a book. So she was like the cherry on top. And I said, let me just write this book. And it wasn't even long. It didn't take long to write a book. I just took from 10 to 12 at night, Monday through Sunday, depending on how I felt. If I was exhausted, then I wouldn't write. But if, I was determined from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. to just write. So that's what I did.
So how did you do the publishing and things like that? Who did that?
Oh, so the publishing came from Cherie, which is Cover Publishings LLC. She is a friend of a girlfriend of mine that I grew up with, and just so happens I was on Facebook and she popped up saying, hey, she's a publisher. Anyone is interested in publishing any books? She's a poet. She published like 2 books at the time. She's awesome and so passionate at what it is that she do. And I called her and we set an appointment like that following week, and she gave me like a guideline of what to do.
Right.
We would meet every Sunday to just go over. She gave me homework to do over the week. Like, this is what you need to be working on, or, whatever the case. But she was awesome, Cherie.
Okay. So you say that you passed your real estate exam to be. So what made you decide to say, I want to pursue real estate?
Right. So I also was getting that whispered in my ear, which is odd because, again, social work. But, you know, I know how to persuade people depending on what it is. So my girlfriend was just like, you need to do real estate, especially with your demeanor. And I'm like, what does that mean? So she was just like, I think you will be good at it. And I'm just like, you know, I would just, and she wasn't the only person that said that to me before. But I'm like, I don't get real estate out of, you know, I don't see what people see from me. But I prayed on it, and God told me, you know, real estate. That was the only 2 words that He said, and I was just, this feeling just came over. It was just like a burst inside, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I called our real estate agent, actually text, and she just gave me a list of schools and was like, call her when I pass. And I did the research on all the schools, picked the school, paid for it, started school in like 2 weeks, and it was intense, but it was all worth it.
How long was the school?
The school was 6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks. Okay.
6 weeks, 2 days out the week. It was 3 hours each class.
So was it you had me in person or was it virtual?
It was in person. This was before COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was before COVID.
Okay.
This was right before COVID. Which was perfect.
So now you're a real estate agent. So you have places you already established already that.
So I'm all over Philadelphia. So I leave my job for over 10 years. September 1st of this year was my exit date. And I decided, I prayed on that too. I prayed on that for a long time. Like I wasn't happy no more where I was at. The responsibilities were outrageous, and they weren't trying to increase my pay, but knew I was a great asset. So they kind of put the ball in my court, and I was just like, I have to leave. My peace of mind is so important right now. I discussed it with my husband, and he was very supportive. And I said, I know that when I put my mind to something, I will do it. Any plan that I will do it. I will accomplish it. And I said I wanted to really focus on real estate. I knew I wasn't doing the best that I could do, and it's paying off. We sat down, did our finances, how much I will need to bring in a month or whatever the case. And I'm doing it as of, I'm doing very well now, and here it is December. So I'm so happy that I made that decision. I'm my own boss. I have my own schedule. I still, engage with people, which I like to do. I like to help people. I like to educate people. And I love it. Like it's good. It's good to be a part of someone else's goal and to start a new chapter with them. And that's refreshing as well. So, and yeah, I'm all over Philadelphia, Delaware County, Montgomery County, Bucks County. But yeah. Wonderful.
So 2 weeks ago, you was part of August Cafe 42, Courageous the last August Cafe of the year 2023. Can you tell the people here watching that are authors, that have a book out there, what was your experience like for you sharing your story and for the officer guests? What was your experience like?
It was interesting. That was something new for me, even speaking in front of a crowd like that. I felt, even though I was last, but everyone were already authors. Like, they were authors, they was professionals, and I'm just like, I'm last, and I'm not I am an author now, but this is my first book. I thought it was very interesting to hear everyone's story, because everyone has a story. It was very inspiring, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that people came out to support the authors, and just to hear their story. It was a good experience. If I write another book, maybe, I don't know.
You don't know.
I would definitely do that again. But it was interesting. It was welcoming, and I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Well, thank you so much for that. So that's what we try and do, make people like yourself feel welcome and feel accepted and feel appreciated, and then a shift will take over when you leave, and with more connections and more opportunities might open up, like you said in tomorrow, so about your book. So that's opened up doors for you. So so besides that opportunity you have tomorrow, what else is next for you?
So my goal is to go even harder next year, and I'm already prepping for it now, for real estate, to network some more, and just expose myself even more, and just to connect, and that's basically it. Yeah, this is just the beginning for me.
Yeah, that's right. That connected, so.
Got a network.
Yeah. So outside what you do, being a wife, a mother, author, real estate agent, what do you do for self-care?
That's a good question. Because again, this is new, and it's crazy because my husband and I was talking about this, like, well, we do take vacations. We do have a couples trip that we do, and then we do like 2 major family trips out the year. But because I see real estate is 7 days a week, it's not
True. Right.
I'm so used to my 9 to 5, and then I would do real estate part time. I'm learning now that real estate is even harder. You're working for yourself. So I need to set boundaries as far as, I set boundaries for when I stop answering my phone and text messages. But as far as like self-care, I made it part of my lifestyle. I get up in the morning, I pray. I go to the gym for an hour Monday through Friday. Praying doesn't stop. Praying is still 7 days a week. But Monday through Friday, I go to the gym. I need that. I've always needed it outside, even if I don't feel like going, because I made it my lifestyle, and I've been doing that since before I had kids. I just made it my lifestyle because it's a great stress reliever. And now I don't take things personal. It's kind of like if I did the best that I could do, or if I did all I can do, or if it's out of my control, I pray on it and just leave it at that. Like, I can't stress over it because it's nothing I can do about it. But, we are human. We do worry. So I feel like the gym is a good reliever. But also what I'm going to implement too is getting massages at least like once or twice a month. I'm going to start implementing that. I think that will help out with that. But yeah, I think me praying and going to the gym, that is my self-care.
Okay, not wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, what advice would you give to the younger Ebboni?
What advice would I give to my younger self? Well, I'm glad that, I don't know, because I've always been serious somewhat. My friends will always tell you, like, I was never the one that was, I can't wait till I get married and have kids. Never. Like I said, I've always had 2 jobs.
Right.
I was always working towards a goal. So that part has not changed. I think that's just part of my personality. Right. My younger self, I think I did well. I worked hard to pay for my car. I worked hard to pay for my insurance. I think I did pretty well with the support of my mom, single mom. She definitely taught me to be independent, don't depend on anyone. But it wouldn't hurt to accept people that have the best intentions to help you. So that's what I'm learning now, to let people, and especially if they have the same goals that you have,
Right.
let them in. And that's where that whole networking comes in at. But that's business, not personal. But I really don't know what to tell my, I wouldn't change anything, because if I was to change anything, then I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right.
So I really don't know what I would tell my younger self. But just keep going, continue to strive like I've been doing, and that's it.
All right. Yes. Where people can find more information about you, your real estate business, agency, and your book.
So my real estate is Keys and Deeds Realty. Again, our broker is Dawn Harris. Facebook, I don't have like a particular page.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
another thing I need to work on. I don't have a page for the book or my whole real estate, because everything is all in one. And I was told that I need to break that up. But I feel like that's part of my life, but I get it. You don't want your clients to be all in your private. They don't care about that. Some don't anyway. So that's something I'll be working on in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
But you can purchase my book on Amazon and Kindle. And as far as, what is it? I forgot the name. You got to go to my website, on Facebook, on Instagram, where audio. I could get my audio on. Dang, I forgot. That's horrible. That's something that I was supposed to have up, because this is like live. But you can also get it there as well. I'm gonna click on the other website that we have. I'm sorry, that I have. So I know that it's Instagram. And it's gumroad.com. GUMROAD.com. Gumroad. So you can get my book there and my audio.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh, all right. I like Gumroad. So
Gumroad.
Is that the company that does? You can have your book audio out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did the audio. I tried to do audio with Amazon, but they were giving me a problem with Chapter 5 for some reason. It wouldn't let me add Chapter 5. It was saying it was an issue with it. But I worked very hard on this book as far as the audio goes, and I worked very hard on the book, period. So I am proud of myself. This was not predicted in 2023 at all.
Mm-hmm.
Me leaving my job was not predicted. September was a transition year.
Yes.
I'm glad I made both decisions.
Yes, and I'm glad you did too. You kept God first. You let God handle it.
Yeah.
And just trust God. God will order your steps.
Yes,
It's
He
so
will.
important. It's so important that you trust God. For those who are watching, trust God, because you may have certain plans you had lined up beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But God can crisscross you to do something totally different.
He surely
but it may be for His benefit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You end up being a better person from that, and a stronger person from that. So I'm trying for those who this last month of the year, trust God. Trust God. And then sometimes certain things that you wanted you to do wasn't in God's plans, but follow God's plan. It will make it out better for you and for your greater good. So, Miss Ebboni Realer, I want to thank you for being a guest on our show.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
inviting
again.
me.
Thank you once again being part of Almost Cafe 42.
Yes.
And hopefully your next book come out. I don't know when it's going to be.
Oh,
So we'll definitely invite you back. Almost Cafe down the road. But like I said, thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for just listen to God and follow His plan for you. And now you're offered. You do real estate.
Yeah.
You have more time to yourself now.
Yeah.
So that, like I said, for those out here, trust God and follow God's plan, and God will see you through.
Amen.
So for those who are watching, thank you for joining Facebook Live. Thank you, Ms. Brooks. Thank you, Brooks. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, my cousin.
Oh, your cousin. Thank you for joining
Hey,
us.
cousin.
Thank you for joining us. I saw the comments. So for those enjoy the rest of the Saturday. It's beautiful out. It's sunny outside.
Yeah.
Go outside. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy yourself. So enjoy yourself and continue to be great and just be faithful to God and what God's done for you, and know that, remember, God's not done with you yet this year. So trust God and let God lead the way. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Bye.